All right, welcome into Market Day Report. I'm Scott Shellady, otherwise known as the Cow Guy. Happy Friday to you. We're glad that you are here. You can join us today. I'm glad. It's, what a week it's been, right? What a whirlwind. Why don't we see how things are shaping up here? This is the halfway point. Mr. Tony St. James just left the studio. He gave me the baton. I'm here with the rest of the afternoon with you, or the rest of the morning and afternoon. Let's see how these things are shaping up, and we'll get a good feeling about what's going on out there. Let's go to the corn board. Let's go right to May. Down 7 1/4 cents in corn as we back up here. 458's last in May, and that's only a penny and a half off the lows. That's trading heavy. 5.5 cents lower than July to 466 3/4, and that too is a penny and a half off the lows as well. And that's being hung up right at that 450 line right now. We're down 2 1/4 cents. And that's a penny off the lows. So it's only been a 2 3/4 cent range there, so we can't get too excited. But still, 450 was kind of that line in corn. Let's take a look. D's corn, at least, new crop. Let's go to the beans. We're up a little bit here, 2 3/4 cents better in May to 10.13 1/2. We've got a 10 in front of everything. All right, so that's how we're going to start things off. We like that. 2.5 cents better in July, 10.27 1/4 last, and we go out to say SEP. That's up 3 cents to 10.10 1/2. We'll take it, right? We're well off the lows there by 7 cents. That's soybeans. How about wheat in Chicago? Now, the wheat markets were mixed when I did the radio show early this morning. Let's go right to May. Chicago wheat down 3.5 cents to 5.59. That's a penny and 3/4 off the low of the day. We'll go to the July down 3 cents to 5.75 1/4 and move out to the D's. That's down a penny and 3/4 to 6.15 1/2. That's 2.5 cents off the low of the day there. From the Chicago wheat, let's go to the Kansas City, and that's just basically steady a little bit easier. We're just one tick lower in May, 5.87 1/4 last there. We're a tick lower in July, just 1/4 cent lower to 6 even and a half cent. And even out the defers December, that's down just 1 penny to 6.34 1/4, a penny and 1/4 off the low of the day. So steady, a little bit easier, hard red, not really doing very much. Spring wheat, Minneapolis, this one's mixed. We're a penny lower in May. 6.02 3/4 is last, 2 3/4 cents off the low of the day. We're a 1/4 cent higher in SEP if you go all the way out there, right? That's 6.30 1/4 last there. This is mixed, nothing really going on. And we're 3/4 cent lower in the D's. The 6.45 3/4. Let's go to cotton. We'll get to our guest analyst. Cotton says it's up 77 points here at May. That's 67.30, and we're 78 points better in July. That's 68.48. We need to see some good numbers, something like an 80 in front of this stuff. So maybe we'll get a rally at some point in time. Let's bring in our next guest analyst. That's going to be Mr. Joe Lardy. He's with he's with CHS up in Invergrove Heights. I was going to say he's with Invergrove Heights up in CHS. Yeah. Anyway, it's Friday. What do you got for us? What are your thoughts here?
Well, doesn't today feel like a fatigue Friday?
Yes.
Where we've really had a lot of news coming at us with tariffs on, tariffs off, with potential peace plan with Russia and Ukraine, South American weather, it's getting hot. Oh, there's some rain in the forecast. It just feels like anything fundamental that we're talking about, we've kind of seen some highs and lows. We saw some good numbers out of export sales. We saw some bad numbers out of export sales. So this has just been one of those up and down roller coaster type of weeks that I frankly think everybody just wants to get it behind us, reset over the weekend, and set the plan of attack for next week.
I kind of could smell that coming yesterday afternoon. It was just, whatever you want to say about algorithms and high frequency trading, there are still humans behind that stuff, right? And, and they get tired. I mean, that's just the bottom line. And what's been happening, and there's really been nowhere to hide. Interest rates, equities, commodities, it doesn't matter. You've been busy. Tariffs have touched everything, and it gets to people's nerves after a while.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially when there's no clarity that comes from it, right? And we've seen, if you look at, if you're an option trader, I mean, volatility is way up. If you're on the VIX, that's jumped way up. I mean, clearly the signs are there that we're in volatile markets. It's just that we don't really have that solid piece of information to give us a direction higher or lower. And today, everybody's just, done with it. And like you mentioned, the range for D's corn today, 2 3/4 cents.
Yeah, I know. That's
snooze fest. Yeah.
Right. And then, and folks that are nervous are running towards stuff like gold. Gold tells you that people are scared. I mean,
all-time high.
Yeah, $3,000 today. All right. Thank you very much for that. You have a great weekend. Hopefully you can relax, Joe. Joe Lardy, he's with CHS up in Invergrove Heights in Minnesota. We're going to go away. We're going to pay some bills. We're going to come back and talk livestock with a guy wearing a livestock jacket right after this.